Greetings, folks, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the Casual Collector. And in this segment of Masters of the Universe, the Masterverse, I'm showcasing new Eternia Ninjor. Now, I could have been doing this a whole month earlier, but my Dumas had been terrible. I only started getting into this much later, and it sold out so fast, and now I paid the scalper price for it. Look at that Scareglow, looking really good. He did come around the same time Scareglow was released. Those two were the last wave of figures to come from the original Masters of the Universe line in the 80s. Right? The package looks great. You got Sorceress. You got two kind of masks. And here he is, the back of the package. You got nunchucks. There's a katana and a bow. With like a fancy version of the previous bows from back in the day. Ninjor, evil ninja warrior. The Demon King from the dimension of Noir silently searched the scattered remains of New Eternia for the power of Grayskull, so he may become an immortal force of evil. So yeah, I was like, oh man, this guy looks so great. He looks nothing like Ninjor, but he is Ninjor, and he might be better. Back in the 80s, kids, ninjas were a big thing. You put a ninja in something and it was going to sell. Okay, Ninjor, I'm sure, sold. The only problem is the rest of the line was already on Lifeline. So yeah, it wasn't enough to extend. But ninjas were a thing in the 80s. They're so popular. Could not escape ninjas. Kids, all of us, we loved ninjas all day. American Ninja, Shokasugi Ninja, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the hand, the foot. They're just ninjas all over the place. One of my favorite was Chinese Super Ninjas or 5 Element Ninjas by the Shaw Brothers. Yeah. Ninja 1, Revenge of the Ninja, Pray for Death, Shokasugi, Ninja 3, The Domination. And yeah, even a little bit moved to the 90s, and you got Scorpion and Sub-Zero was a thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, the problem with ninjas was that they were starting to become fodder instead of really specialized guys. Like if the training involved to be a ninja, they're definitely not just easy things to destroy. Ninjas, at least the way I over romanticize the training in my mind, you know what I mean? Yeah. They had shurikens. And a lot of games in the 90s with that too. Turn of the Ninja, Ninja Gaiden, Legend of Kage. But he wasn't masked like a ninja, like your traditional ninja. All right, let's look at what he's got according to this. He's got the bow, the nunchucks, katana, and the two masks. And yep, that's it. All right, so we got that out of the way. Yeah, pretty excited about this one, guys, because these ethnics have to hang out together finally. Jitsu and Ninja get to be a tandem. I never had either of the two back then until I got Classic, so I definitely made sure they were hanging out. I mean, two bad buns, Asian dudes. Just imagine they were both Japanese to a degree. I mean, that's, Japanese-esque with, I don't know any Japanese guys with monster feet. Just saying. No monster feet for all of you. Okay, so that's one mask. And let's get to the really awesome mask. Yeah, like the Oni mask. Well, I'm gonna show this mask first, so you guys can see. Let me bring it up so y'all got a better look at him. Mm-hmm. This is the same design that he has on his thing. But it's kind of cool that they gave him more stylized feet to distinguish himself. Yeah, it's kind of weird that he looked every bit of ninja back in the day, except his feet was like, why they give him monster feet? It's so weird. Weird. Well, here goes his nunchucks. Nunchucks. They look like licorice mini Twizzlers. But yeah, you got his. I'm not sure if this is where the katana is supposed to go. I imagine it is. Either the katana. But yeah, no, that looks like a horrible place to put it. Yuck. Or his bow. But his bowstring is just kind of weird, sticking out, looking like plasma. It is weird. I mean, it looks cool, but it's like I don't know if you guys ever watched that show Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon back in the day. But yeah, it's just kind of a weird look. Okay, what if we did it upside down? I don't know, y'all. Oh, we can't get away with that. But, probably better getting away with this. Uh, yeah. Oh no. Uh, uh, I don't know. What do you guys think? Which is the better look? This way? But it's upside down? Or like this? I guess. Yeah. I think this probably the better look. It feels somehow more balanced. Just saying. But yeah, then he got his katana. Dang. This guy's looking good with my favorite color scheme, black and red. You know, my block just happened to be full of those whose main color scheme is black and red back in the 90s. Now, I mean, for those of y'all who grew up in the 90s, y'all would you understand what I mean. But yeah, this is a good look across the board. Jeez, he's looking fancy. But before I get that, show full body, let's see what he looks like with this new mask. Uh, well, without the mask, he still looks pretty gosh dang good, like a ninja. This, this demon mask, this Oni mask is what's up. This is a little more creepy. This is like some V for Vendetta wannabe kind of look, but it's still jarring. So in a way, it's kind of creepier, I'd say. But this is menacing since both of them have that kind of mask. Yeah, they're a great tandem. Um, kind of wish he had a similar sword scabbard, but in this case, it's just meant for his doggone nunchucks. Right? Yeah, of course. Uh, put the bow back on like this. Nah, this is better, in my opinion. Y'all can set him up the way y'all want, but to me, if we had to charge the bow, carry the bow, this makes, well, I don't know. I'm beginning to second guess myself. I know this, guys. Y'all gotta forgive me because I'm just trying to figure out what makes sense. I guess this is the one that makes sense, but you know what I mean? I don't know. It's upside down. You know what I mean? So, anywho, let's see what it looks like in his hands, so that, because I know this looks really, this is not a good look for me. At least, ugh, sticking it, his sword sticking out here. Yeah, no, it's a yucky look, I'd say. Here you go. I'm trying to remember if this was his primary weapon back then. I doubt it. But yeah, it's good. It's a nice kind of look. He is assassin-esque, so it makes sense for him to have an assassin's kind of weapon, right? Yeah, it looks kind of sus trying to, I don't know, do this. I know I'm just very bad with posing these things. Really, I need people like The Amazing to give me inspiration in how to properly pose these suckers. But because in this case, in particular, it's very hard to. You know what I mean? Like, can't you got to straighten out the bow, but the string is not far back enough so that you can. So it's kind of like a whatevs, right? It's almost better if there wasn't a string at all. You know what I mean? But trying to do Dungeons and Dragon Ranger look, so yeah. Anywho, yeah, it's I think it's not a the kind of weapon I would want to represent. Well, you know what? For you guys, let's at least show you how the nunchucks look. Fellow chucker, eh? The problem is, I don't really see ninjas using these things, man, except for Michelangelo, but even then, it's weird. I see the more shuriken guys, but that's the stereotype I got. Oh, the hand just came out like nothing. There you go. Yeah. If you guess, depending on how you want to pose your guy. See? Yeah. Yeah. Nunchucks aren't exactly my favorite when it comes to this. But in real life, I'd love to have a nunchuck to just fight off fools with. You know, they'd be scared because getting flailed in the head is no fun. But yeah. So him and his sword, his katana blade, really good. It's a really good look. Um, but yeah, not sure what to do with it. How to decently pose with this bad boy, because yeah, y'all see what it looks like. I mean, and then there's what it looks like here. It's more symmetrical, but probably just, yeah. The legs are super stiff, folks. Probably just better not having it back there. But then what a waste of something back there. You know what I mean? Probably got to take a heat gun to this thing because the upper knee thing is super stiff. Yeah, it won't participate. Let me heat it real quick. And yeah, I had to apply a little bit of heat to these joints right here. because he was super stiff, which is good. Better stiff than loose joints. Believe me, my Man at Arms heel thing right here was so bad that it was causing him to fall all the time. And I have to put some floor wax on that bad boy for that new Man at Arms. You know what I mean? But here, let me lower it for y'all so you guys can see more of him. But yeah, Team Asia, rooftop ninjas all day, all day. Here we are, ready to steal the show. Yeah. I really, really like what they did here with his um legs, so distinguished from the others. I think the only one I can think of that comes close, but not even, is Merman. You know what I mean? And they gave him like silver toenails, claw nails, really cool. Eyes being super red. It was a much welcome thing. Kind of reminds me of Evil Ryu or Akuma from Street Fighter. Yeah, it's a good look. Look at that. Damn, this is glorious looking. The armor. This is probably aesthetically one of my most favorite gosh dang figures from the Masters of the Universe. I'd say that Merman would be up there as number one. Then Mechaneck, Roboto. This is up there with Roboto. It's a tie, I'd say. Merman's glorious. But a very close second, I'd say. Jeez. He's freaking spectacular. I got a soft spot for ninjas and Asians. Or I think he is, but the feet don't give him Asian vibes. So yeah, final thoughts on this thing. This thing is a must. Um, I don't know how soon they're gonna reissue this bad boy, but if it's anything like how much I had to pay for a web store, yeah, you guys don't want to mess around. Some maybe double the price isn't such a bad thing right now. Like at $50 is we'll see, or 40 to $50 is kind of reasonable, given that I haven't seen him anywhere since I saw him that one time in the swap meet at Frankenstein's. All right, folks, that's all I got for this segment of Masters of the Universe, the Masterverse, New Eternia Ninjor. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the Casual Collector, and until the next video, folks, ciao.